Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Beck Bala, and here I am doing a project. So please help me on and stay with me. Leave a comment, like, share, and okay, I want you specifically to correct me and give me some tips to get better. So let me explain. I'm an English teacher. I hold a degree in English language, but I'm Brazilian and I really need to improve my speech. So I developed this project because I can join two things that I love the most, which is English and um, journalism. So I can talk to you about cold cases and mysteries, things that I really enjoy. Okay, guys, before we get into the case for today, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Today I want to introduce you Sharron Pryor. She was born on February 9th, 1959. She was the oldest of four siblings. Her mother was Yvonne and her father was George. They separated though when Sharron was only 6 years old, and her mother became a single mom of four children, being Sharron the oldest, two younger sisters, Doreen and Maureen, and a foster brother named Jojo. Sharron was described as a kind, warm, intelligent, and brilliant teen who had a dream of becoming a veterinarian. Unfortunately, guys, on the night of March 29th, 1975, and Easter evening, the 16-year-old Sharron King Pryor left her home in the Point of St. Charles neighborhood in Montreal, Quebec, around 7 o'clock to meet her friend and boyfriend at a nearby pizzeria. But she never had a chance to actually get there. In this time, none of her friends alerted Yvonne, Sharon's mom, because they thought she just stayed at home that night and not got worried at all. Yvonne, though, got really concerned when Sharon exceeded her curfew without any communication. This wasn't the Sharon behavior. She was well behaved and a good example for her sisters, so her mother was very concerned. Okay, guys, 2 hours later, Sharon's friend Donna came to Yvonne's house and said that Sharon wasn't with them that night. Donna said that she didn't want to scare Yvonne, but she got aware that there was an attack on a woman on Ash Avenue. That was an avenue that crossed with Marina's Pizzeria. Okay, so when Yvonne got this, she got deeply worried. Can you imagine? What happened though was that a woman named Cheryl Gua was assaulted by an unknown man at 565 Ash Avenue around 2 a.m. that same evening. Yvonne called the police, and the officer told her to not be concerned about it because she was probably at a party in somewhere and just forgot the time. Okay, guys. Sharon disappeared on March 29th. Then on April 2nd, 1975, 3 days later, Sharon's mom Yvonne saw a man across the street named Ronnie, and he was a friend of the family, and he was carrying a newspaper with him. And she yelled out to him about what was in the newspaper. And he just said, "Nothing, Yvonne, nothing, let it go." So Yvonne crossed the street, grabbed the newspaper from him, and she just let the paper go, okay? And she ran back home. Then, guys, without knowing through the police, Yvonne saw a front page article with a really graphic photo of a young girl found in Longueuil, Montreal. That was 25 minutes from Sharron's home. Her body was found in a wooded area by a man who was a beekeeper in that area. He was not expecting to enter in this area until the weather get warm, but someone told him that the locker of the gate was open, and then he was there to verify it. When he got in, he found Sharron half naked, with her own coat laid on top of her and a shirt attached to the strap of the coat, restraining Sharron's movement. Her chest had been crushed, and she had bruises all over her face and her head. Her nose was broken, and she was a truly mess. She was in by choking on her own, letting her there too as a garbage. In close proximity to the body, a men's shirt with a size 17 collar and 35-inch sleeves was discovered. Nearby, there was an imprint of a right shoe sized 8.5, and these two clues led the police think that the person responsible must have been at least 6 foot tall. Further evidences included a ring with the word love inscribed, a page of an English magazine featured a young girl, a car seat cushion, and a receipt for a jacket related to the name Sharron Pryor. Remember, Sharron's body was found 3 days later her disappearance, right? The autopsy of the body revealed that Sharron had been held captive for days before her death. Can you imagine if the police officers of this time could just try to reach her? All the objects found at the scene were preserved, and a large number of suspects were interviewed, more than 120 in fact. Years passed by without any clue. Over time, officers suspected that the woman assaulted by an unknown man at 565 Ash Avenue could hold a key to the case. You remember that girl who was assaulted? She had already recounted everything she remembered about the man who nearly assaulted her. He was tall, had blue eyes, light brown hair, and had a mustache at the time. He was armed with a and he attempted to abduct her but fled when a group of teenagers passed by. Look, the direction he ran matched the street where Sharron had been walking at the same time. They believed the same man might have encountered Sharron and abducted her. At the time, 50 years ago, technology was not as advanced, but what is really nice is how um, officers keep the evidences very, very well preserved. That's why I wanted to discuss cold cases. It's incredible how cases so old can now be solved through DNA testing. It's also remarkable how officers in the past preserved so much evidence for so long. Evidences that can still be used to identify the perpetrator through DNA analysis. Guys, DNA endures for so long. The Sharron's pants was used to get the DNA, and throughout the genetic profile, the investigators had a genetic sketch and then a genetic genealogy. That was pretty amazing because with that on hand, they actually could try to find a family of the perpetrator. So the genealogists check the public data banks to find a combination and lead the investigators to common ancestors and family trees. That is awesome. Basically, now they got into a family tree, and this family was from USA. And remember, Sharron was from Canada. And they got into a male name. This man was already deceased and buried in USA. Okay, guys, his family has never been connected to the case before, but his name only surfaced through genetic genealogy. The man was Franklin Maywood Rumine, who lived in the same city as Sharron at the time of the incident and was 28 years old at the time. As I told before, he died in 1982 at the age of 36. Through testing, investigators obtained permission to exhume Franklin's body and found a perfect DNA match, confirming him as the killer of Sharron. With his DNA, it's now possible to link him to many other cases in both USA and Canada, and that is fantastic. Well, that was the case for today. I hope you enjoyed the first case that I brought to you, and I hope my English was found easy to understand. And please don't leave without like, comment your thoughts about the case, and give me some tips, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and see you in my next video.